What is the role of employers and employer associations and workplace relations? In a previous video, we looked at what an employer association is, and we could say their role is to do these four things here. So let's go through those each one. Now, the first one is to represent employers during their collective bargaining negotiations over wages and conditions with trade unions and employees. So in our earlier video about what an employer association was, we said it's very similar to a union, as in it represents a group. But in this case, whereas a union represents a group of workers or employees, an employer association represents a group of employers. So here's how this would work. Let's say we've got the trade union for the building industry, which is called the CFMEU. That's a real powerful union. So they go to one employer, in this case Simmons Homes, and they say, we want a new contract for all our members with better pay and conditions. So that's really tough for Simmons Homes. They're probably going, look, I don't have much bargaining power against a union this big. What can I do? Well, what they do is they join an employer association. In this case, it's called the Master Builders Association, and it's all the builders in the industry. So Simmons Homes, Metricon, Henley, and all the others, they join together, and now they say, no problem, you can negotiate with my employer association. They're called the Master Builders. And what we've got now is a bit more of an equal amount of power. We can have a proper negotiation about a contract for our workers between a union, which is very powerful, but also now an employer association, which is also quite powerful. So that's their primary role. But two, they can also represent employers in court cases against trade unions and employees. So let's take John Smith works as a builder at Simmons Homes. And he says, I'm angry because you fired me for not turning up to work. And he says, not only that, I'm in the union. But Simmons Homes says, we fired you because you missed 27 days in a row without explanation. Like, you just stopped turning up. And then he says, I'm in the union, so I'm going to get them to sue you. Now, I'm in the CFMEU. They're big and powerful and have very expensive lawyers. And Simmons Homes might go, well, how do we fight this? Maybe we can't fight this, because when I'm dealing with a union, they're going to be able to afford really good lawyers. However, they might say, look, we are actually in an employer association called the Master Builders Association, and they will represent us in court. They also have expensive lawyers. So now we go to court, and it's a bit more of a fair fight. So that's another role that employer associations do, to represent employers in court cases. Number three, provide assistance, support, and information to their members, which in this case are employers. So let's say you are a builder, or you're part of the Master Builders Association. You work at Simmons Homes, like you're the boss of it, or the manager, or the owner. You might have questions like, I don't know, how much should I be paying my workers? Am I paying them the right amount, or are they asking for too much? What are their rights at the workplace, and also what are my rights as an employer? Workplace safety issues the business needs to worry about, and you can also get advice on how to manage the business, so I can contact my employer association and get feedback and help on all of these issues. And lastly, just like a union acts as a spokesperson to the media for employees, an employer association acts as an official spokesperson to the media on behalf of employers. So here's just an article from the Master Builders Association website. They're saying there's, at the moment, fresh allegations of the union bullying small businesses to sign union deals. And it says here, Master Builders Australia's CEO, Danita Warren, said, it's clear that building unions are determined to continue doing whatever they want to get their way, even if it means breaking the law and bullying small business. So they can actually come up with some ads to sort of, get out into the media, and we'll look at those in class. And that's kind of the role of an employer association, to represent all the builders, in this case, that's the industry, and say, look, we're not happy with the way we're being treated by the unions. And we can get that out into the media and try and get support in the public and from government that way too.